Welcome back to Just Us Pod, episode 2, where we chit chat about all things relationship, parenthood, lifestyle, struggle, you name it. It is just us. I'm your host, Jailene.
And I'm your co-host, Joanthan. And today's topic is going to be about confidence. So wherever you are, we hope you are having a wonderful day. And let's get into it, baby. This is episode 2 of 2. So we're doing it. We're on this journey together, you guys and us, and we're excited to be here today.
We hope you guys enjoyed our last episode, which was our first episode, and we hope you guys enjoy this one just as much. And like Joanthan said, we're gonna be talking about confidence, not just confidence like from your appearance, but confidence within, because that has a big effect on relationships, work, whatever you do. Honestly, confidence literally affects everything outside.
Yeah, and that's not to say that we are the most confident people, but we're just here to bring that awareness, confidence, right? I know that's something that I struggle with, and I know Jailene has talked about her struggles with confidence as well. We're just gonna jump right into it, right? So, confidence. Every time I say that word, I think of the Grown-Ups scene where the kid is like spelling out confidence with a K.
That's all I hear too. You want to start on your confidence?
My confidence level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a few things that I am confident in, and then there's things that I'm not confident in. Some of those things, I'm gonna name the things that I'm confident in, which the gym, being a father, being a husband, and some things that I'm not confident in is when it comes to having a conversation with adults, I kind of shrink and my confidence level goes down, because sometimes I just feel that when I talk to these adults, I never used to be able to speak. Like with my parents growing up, I was always told not to talk back. I was always shut down. So for me, it's really hard to have a conversation with an adult, especially when I'm being confronted by an adult. I want to share a story when we went to Laughlin. Mm-hmm. We went there, and we're jet skiing, we're having a good time, and when we go back to return the equipment, right? So the jet ski, we return the life jackets, we return all of the equipment after a nice beautiful day at the lake. We have to put the life jackets in the jet ski, and we return it. We get there, and it's missing. And I'm like, what?
The life jacket?
The life jacket's missing. My life jacket.
But you didn't bring it back?
So there's a component. I should have just worn it. I should have just kept it on the whole time.
Oh, you didn't wear it.
I didn't take it with me. I put it inside the jet ski, and somehow it got misplaced. I was told by the person who was running the shop, he said, one of the life jackets missing in this one, and that was my jet ski. And it was tough because I didn't know what to say. I froze up, and I didn't know how to speak up for myself and say, no, like I know I left the life jacket. And I kind of just took what he told me, and it was really hard for me to really speak up. And I know your dad could see that in me. And then and then I think he told you and then your sisters, and then from there you guys started crying or something?
Yeah, he did. Because we took 2 different cars, and then, so me, my sisters, and my parents are in one car, and the boys, Joanthan, my sister's boyfriends, and my brother are in another car. And we're waiting in line for In-N-Out, and my dad is telling me the story that Joanthan's saying, and he's like, oh, Joanthan just looks so like a lost puppy. He didn't know what to say. I felt so bad. And then I'm over here like, oh, like I feel so bad for him. So I start crying because of the way my dad's explaining it and saying how much he feels bad for Joanthan. And I feel bad too. So I start crying. My dad looks back. He's like, why are you crying? My sisters see me crying, so they start crying. And then my parents start crying.
It was just like a snowball effect.
Like, yeah.
It was like everybody started crying.
Yeah. So I do remember that story. Mm-hmm. And I still get like my stomach hurts. I feel so bad that you had to go through that.
Yeah. And for me, I didn't really feel that sense of sadness. It was more just when I get into those situations, I just tend to shut down, and I don't know how to speak up for myself because I was never able to growing up. So when I get in those situations, I freeze, and I become that little boy again, that's like, okay, don't say anything, don't open your mouth, just kind of take it, whatever it is, just take it.
Yeah, I can agree. I can relate to that and agree, because growing up, obviously we grew up like in the same generation. So I also have a fear of speaking back and getting in trouble from adults. And and that's because growing up, I was never told to don't talk back. I had a problem with not speaking up ever. So when I would get yelled at, my mom would be like, say something, why aren't you saying anything? I would just like sit there and kind of take it and just be quiet. But that's because I would see my sisters getting in trouble, and they would try and speak back, and they would get in trouble for speaking back. So I learned to not speak back. And I was like, okay, well, obviously I shouldn't say anything or else I'm gonna get in trouble. And so I never did, and my mom would get mad at me. So I feel like I also don't like to speak back either, because I see the same thing, speak back and you get in trouble.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is something we do definitely need to work on, because that has to do with
our childhood.
Sticking up. No, it has to do with sticking up for ourselves. And it does have to do with our childhood. It's a childhood trauma that we have and we have to deal with, but we do have to get better at, because like I said, we have to stick up for ourselves.
And something that I feel like we're able to do now, especially since we're parents, when it comes to Jackson, it's a lot easier to stick up for him and what we want for him, because that's something that is really important to us, and we don't want him to have the same traumas that we had. So we're like, okay, with Jackson we know, but then when it comes to us, we're like, we'll just take it, which is crazy.
True. Yeah, like boundaries.
Right. But we're being protective of him,
yeah.
Right? But we're not being protective of ourselves. Yeah. It's a lot harder to do that.
Yeah.
But it's easier to be like, no, this is my kid. Like, you're not doing whatever with him.
Yeah. But when it comes to us, it's like we shrink down into our little Jailene and little Joanthan.
Yeah.
And we're little kids again. We're just like, I don't know if you've seen Matilda, but
it's funny. I just showed Jay this movie this year, and this was her first time watching it.
My first time, and it's crazy watching it now, because it's an old movie, and I feel like if you watched it back then, it wouldn't really make sense. But watching it now, it's like, damn, like that's fucked up how they treated Matilda. It also reminds me of Matilda, Harry Styles song that literally is so good, and I feel like that has to do with my childhood also. But anyways, that's how it is. It's like, if you watch Matilda, the adults always tell her, I'm big, you're small, I know more, you don't. So that's literally how I feel like every child is, right? That's how adults kind of tell children. The generation that we lived in. You think you're bigger, you're taller, you're smarter, you know more than a kid knows, because you're older, right? And it's always like, respect your elders, which I mean, respect is a lot different than fear, right? I feel like us as kids, we feared our parents more than we respected them. And in a sense, it looked like respect, but it was mostly fear. I would say like 80-20. Yeah.
80% fear, 20% respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matilda is such a great movie. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. It's very cute. I haven't watched it in a long time, so I'm glad we watched it together.
I know. It was so good.
But when it comes to confidence, that is something that we are still currently working on. We both go to therapy. We talk to the same therapist, and she helps us and guides us on what we need to work on, right?
Yeah, and it mainly has to do with like our childhood, so that way we are more aware of our behavior, because our traumas from our childhood, this is turning into like a different kind of, instead of confidence, it's turned into childhood traumas. But basically we talk to our therapist individually, and we'll speak about our childhood traumas, so that way it doesn't affect Jackson as he's growing up. Because a lot of things that we do, we don't notice, our behaviors, our reaction to things have to do with our childhood. So that is definitely something we both are working on, and confidence does have an effect on I wouldn't say our relationship in the beginning for sure. If you listen to our last podcast, you heard how we used to be in high school relationship wise.
Did we get into detail with that?
That we were toxic?
I mean, that we were toxic, but I don't know if we went to detail.
Oh, should we go into detail?
We'll save that for a different episode.
But it has to do with confidence.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we'll get into more like relationship, right? Because we're gonna get into a segment that I have for you guys. But yeah, it goes a long way in your relationship with your partner, relationship with your parents, relationship with your brothers and sisters, with your friends, everything. Confidence is very important to have.
Even strangers.
Yeah,
like
100%.
With confidence, it's not about what you look like on the outside. Like, you can't be like, bro, Joanthan, you lack confidence. Ain't no way, because you look so handsome. You're so stunning. You so this and this and that. Look at your body. You work out. Your physique is amazing. But like deep on the inside,
there's somewhere I do lack a little bit of confidence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if everybody does, but I know that I do a little bit, like you said, deep inside. And growing up, I was always told, you're so cute, you're so handsome, you're so this, you're so that. Like, it was always about my appearance. It was never like, you're so smart, you're so strong, you're so outgoing. It was never about my personality or my quality. It was more about my looks, my appearance.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I can relate to that
and
too.
It was very, very hard, because when I would get complimented, I wouldn't know what to say. Like, what are you supposed to say to somebody, like, especially when you get older too? I still hear it. And
it kind of makes you think, like, all you hear is, you're so cute, you're so cute, you're so handsome. It's like, is there anything else about me that's good?
Yeah.
Am I kind? Am I nice? Am I this and this and that?
Like, all I know is that I'm good looking, and that's all you see.
Am I strong? Am I hardworking? Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy that we both kind of relate to. I mean, we are good looking, right? I'm not gonna gloat and be like, yeah, we're like the most good looking couple out there. But I feel like we are, like, I can say confidently that we are good looking, right? Yeah. But what else? What are other qualities of ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. That people see when they meet us? Because, like I said, my whole childhood, it was just, you're cute. I don't know what to respond. I don't know what to say sometimes. Because
it's like overwhelmingly.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I can relate to that a lot. Why is it that is all that we have to offer? Yeah. But that's what we tell ourselves, and that's what growing up, outside words did matter, because we didn't know anything else. We relied on our parents to, like, make us feel good about ourselves. So if that's all we hear, we don't hear anything about us as a person, as a kid, as like a human being. Like, what else is it that I have that's good qualities that for sure will mess you up when you get older?
That's why now it's hard to have that confidence, because you know that the only confidence you have is, like, I'm good looking, and that's it. You don't know about anything else besides your good looks. Mm-hmm. I mean, now we do, right? Like, when I go to the gym, I'm confident that I know which workout to do. When I come home and I'm with Jackson, I know what to do with him, changing, feeding, all that. With you, relationship-wise, I know what's going to make you happy, and I feel confident in that too. But when it comes to more like self-esteem stuff, that's when I start to find that struggle. And we're gonna be able to learn that, not here today, but over time, we're gonna be able to teach you guys on confidence and things that we learn along the way on our journey. Because we're still learning to this day.
With what you know right now, what would you say is some things that can help with gaining confidence?
With gaining confidence, definitely working on yourself. And I know the gym is like so cliche, because obviously if you go to the gym you have more confidence, but it really does. It boosts your self-esteem because you look at yourself in the mirror and you like what you see, right? I know appearance isn't everything, but on the side of that too is being passionate about something that you love and enjoy. Do that. Put all your energy and effort into that after work or after school, whatever you do. do that and run with it, because there's nothing more satisfying than doing something you love like every single day. Like for me, it's the gym.
But you know what else you get out of that if you're consistently going to the gym?
What? Am I supposed to say it?
Yeah.
Gains?
No. You gain confidence in yourself to like see yourself. I'm showing up every day.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's some things, some bumps in the road that sometimes I can't get to the gym, I still end up coming the next day.
Yeah. Or
I'm still here.
You come 3-4 times a week.
Yeah. So not only are you getting a better physical appearance, you're also showing up for yourself and showing yourself that you can do it.
Regardless what it is.
Yeah.
If it's reading, if it's building something, whatever, your business, something that you want to do like that. I think for you, it's been what? Showing up for social media, TikTok, because I know that's been something you struggled with too, just finding that purpose of posting.
Yeah.
Because you had the gym before and now that's kind of switched, right?
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't have anything to do with my confidence.
But you're showing up, like you feel better about posting,
mm-hmm.
right? Because your confidence level is raising. Before you would second guess yourself, like, is this post worthy, right?
You're right.
I mean, you said it yourself right now, it's that consistency. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Consistency and self-acceptance for sure. That is something that I feel like has to do with confidence, is accepting yourself and accepting what you have, knowing what you have to bring to the table. Just accepting yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about outside voices, even though they might be very loud.
Very loud.
Or even your own voice in your head.
Mm-hmm. That can be loud too.
That is.
And it sucks because some people allow those voices to get in them and then it stops them from achieving something that they want to achieve. For example, I have my online coaching, my clients, some of them, they don't want to go to the gym, the actual physical gym, because they feel like people are going to judge them and they're just getting eyeballs looked at the entire time. And that's allowing them to not see the progress they want to see, because they're like, I'm not going to go to the gym because I'm scared. I'm going to just do my home workouts. But sometimes you're capped out on what you can do at home versus the gym. And that's another example that kind of sucks. With confidence, right? You have to overcome certain things so you can achieve better things.
Yeah, because if you lack confidence and you're only like allowing outside voices to make yourself feel better, then that does set you back, mm-hmm. for sure.
Seeking that validation.
Mm-hmm. Because you're not always going to get that.
Unfortunately.
Mm-mm. You know what you always got though? Yourself.
Yeah, yourself, your back. You always got yourself.
Talk to yourself in the mirror. That's the only person that matters. It's like affirmations, daily affirmations.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Telling yourself you're a good person, telling yourself you're beautiful, you're handsome, telling yourself I am this, I am a good friend, I am kind, I am strong, I am capable. Those have a big effect on how you see yourself and how much you can
chin up, son.
Chin up, shoulders back, stand up straight.
Yeah.
Act like, what's that saying? Fake it till you make it kind of thing? Mm-hmm. Would you say that that's in certain
things, right? If you're doing it I feel like when you're doing it for the wrong reason, no, but in certain situations, right? Like you're faking it till you make it. You're faking the gym, right? Like you're there, you're going, and you're not doing it properly. But I mean, eventually you have to get better at it, right? You can't just fake it the same way every single time. You gotta eventually make progress in whatever that thing you're faking it in.
Yeah, or at least not fake it, but
I mean, I understand the saying, right? It's a fake it till you make it. It's not like actually faking it, right? Because you're only faking it because you know. Because you want to do that.
Yeah. So who are you faking?
Like being an influencer, right? You're faking it until you make it.
But you're not faking it because you're doing it.
But like it's just a saying.
Yeah.
But it's not actually faking it.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
So it's like fake it till you make it with confidence. Like like walk into a room, act like you got that thing, like, you know, you have everything figured out, but like you'll end up feeling that yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And people around you will feel that too.
Yeah, the energy you bring, for sure.
And that brings us to a segment that I want to do with you, which is called His and Her Takes. So what this is, I'm going to give you guys an example of confident or not confident in this certain situation. And we're going to start off with Jailene. And I have the notes right here for you guys. I'm prepared, came prepared today. So we're going to start off with confidence and self-image, right? His and her takes. First one, right? Posting on social media when you're not feeling your best. Confident or not confident? This is for you, right? This is not for like the general people. This is you specifically.
Like if I'm confident in that.
Right. Posting on social media when you're not feeling your best. So obviously having a bad hair day, not feeling good in the clothes that you're wearing. Are you posting on social media in that sense of not feeling your best? Or are you confident or not confident in that?
I would say I'm not confident in that, but I also have done that before.
Where you posted?
Yeah, like
feeling your best?
Like a small handful of times where like I've tried to, right? I want to be able to, when I don't feel my best, show up and show people that I'm still showing up. Mm-hmm. But then don't get me wrong, because there's days where like I'm majority of the time not confident doing it, be like, I can't record, fuck that. I'm like you said, my hair is messed up, I'm not feeling good, but then there's like a small percentage of like, let me do it anyways. Mm-hmm. But if I'd have to choose, I would say not confident in it.
Yeah, I can see that because I've seen the behind the scenes. And it's not fun because I know you struggle. You're like, I don't fuck with my hair today. I'm not feeling my fit. I'm not taking pictures. I'm not doing any of that. So I can see how it's majority like not confident.
What about you?
For me, not feeling my best, I still post. Yeah. I'm still confident in posting. I just have to get a different angle. Or if I'm not feeling my hair, put on a hat. So for guys a little bit different, I feel like it's easier because you're not...
Easier for you because you're handsome as fuck.
Thanks. See, like I don't know what to say. What am I supposed to say to that?
Does it make you nervous?
It does. I'm not gonna lie. When I hear it, and obviously from you it's different. I'm not that nervous, but if I hear it from an outside person that I've never talked to before, I just don't know what to say. Thanks.
I know I said it too.
Okay, next one. Getting dressed up versus dressing for comfort. Confident, not confident. Getting dressed up versus dressing for comfort.
I'm confused. Am I saying which one I like to do more or which one I'm more confident in?
Are you confident in getting dressed up versus dressing for comfort?
Am I confident dressing up?
Yeah. Like that's
basically
your confidence on dressing up, getting dressed up, and then also dressing for comfort.
Yes to both.
Yes, you're confident?
Mm-hmm. Yes, but it might take me a little while to like get ready to know what to wear.
I mean, that's fine.
But like at the end of it, like, am I confident that I'm gonna like slay and like eat?
Slay and eat? Like what, Cheerios or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then yes.
You are definitely like, 100%.
Are you answering for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, as you should, right? As you should feel confident. Same for me too. I would prefer dressing for comfort versus like getting dressed up. I think you're on the same boat.
Yeah, but it is fun to dress up.
It is once in a while.
Yeah.
But I can't do that every weekend and get dressed up.
Yeah.
Unless there's an event.
Yeah.
But on our own, if there's no event,
yeah.
What are we doing? I mean, we dress casual, like nice casual. Right? Mm-hmm. But I would prefer the dress for comfort. But either way, I'm confident in getting dressed up and also dressing for comfort.
Period.
Next one is going to be receiving compliments.
Well, we already know Joanthan's answer.
How it feels, how we respond.
I am I am.
Inside, how does it feel? On the outside, it may be different, but on the inside, how does?
Okay, so my response is thanks.
But do you feel confident when somebody is like, "Oh my God, you're stunning"?
It's crazy because it depends on how I feel about myself that day, right? Like when I wore like some sort of top one time and I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling it, and I wore it anyways. And I was like, fuck it, let me wear it. And then this girl was like, oh my God, I love your outfit. And I was like, oh my God, really? Thanks. Yeah. Like I wasn't sure how I was feeling about it, but like, thank you. Mm-hmm. And then in those times, I'm like confident. And then when I am confident in myself before I go out, like I see my outfit, I'm ready. I'm like, oh, I look so good. And then someone compliments me, is like, oh my God, you look so good. I'm like, thanks. Interesting. I guess you would say I'm confident because I'm always like, thanks. There's just sometimes I don't know what to say besides thanks.
Yeah. Because then should you tell them that they also look good? Or should you compliment their shoes or something like that? Mm-hmm. I feel like when it's not about my appearance and it's about maybe the clothes I'm wearing, I feel a little bit better about it for some reason.
Instead of like your face, like you're a handsome guy.
Oh my God, you're so handsome. I'm like you're looking at my face. But when it's like about my shirt, like bro, that shirt's hard. I'm like, thanks,
that
bro. Like
fit is nice.
I feel like that hits different than my appearance. So when I get complimented like that, I kind of like it better.
Like I did this.
Yeah, like I put this together. You feel me? Like I picked out this shirt myself. It's funny when I was in
crazy. Go ahead.
When I was in high school, I would always wear like the same outfits all the time. Like I could look back at it, I'm like, bro, what was I wearing? I was wearing a freaking hoodie when it was like 80 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Wild. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Just go ahead next.
But yeah, receiving compliments, not confident when it comes to my face, but confident when it comes to my outfits.
I feel that for sure, because I feel like when someone comments like, you are like so beautiful, I feel like that does hit different. Like I get red. And then my like outfit or something, I'm like, thanks, girl.
Yeah, like if somebody complimented this shirt that is by YoungLA and Superman collab, hard. Code KRISPY, 50% off July 2nd. Or code Jailene. You can use code Jailene too, if you want to. Whichever one, it doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, this shirt's hard. Next one is going to be body image changes. Let me start that over. Body image changes after having a baby. Confident, not confident.
Are you supposed to answer that?
I will.
How do you feel after I had a baby?
I feel great. I feel great. Actually, no, because we were in the hospital for like 2 nights, so I wasn't eating the best meals for my calories and my protein, so it wasn't the best. But how do you feel?
Oh, thanks for asking. It was for sure hard. Mm-hmm. Confidence down.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
What about now? It's been how many months? 4 months later? How do you feel now?
I'm pretty confident. Is it hard to look at pictures from before I was pregnant and compare it to my body now? For sure. Mm-hmm. But from me accepting that my body did change after having a baby, you know, your bones change, your hip structure, your rib structure.
But you look great. I think you look amazing after 4 months. And it's people tell you all the time, they're like, you had a baby?
I know. And I'm like, yeah.
But I can understand because you look at your past self, and obviously back then you were more consistent with the gym and like eating, right? Your protein. So of course you were in a lot better shape versus now, right? But overall you still look amazing.
Thank you. But I would say, I feel like now from where I am confident, but after having a baby, like right after, it was hard.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It was really hard. But consistency, you know, I'm still working out.
Same.
When I can.
It was a little hard after having the baby.
Shut up. Ask the next question.
Moving on.
Before you get canceled.
Next question is going to the gym for the first time. Confident, not confident.
Like our first time ever.
I don't even remember the first time ever, but I remember the first time, like some of the first times going to the gym. Like, remember when you had your surgery right here for your lymph node?
Yeah.
And you went back to the gym for the first time?
It wasn't my lymph node. It was something else that I had to get removed. I had surgery right here, and it was like a bump. It was a lymph
cyst,
node.
right?
Yeah, it's a cyst.
Okay.
I had like a little cyst bump that grew right here, and I had to get it taken out. And I had probably a week of no gym.
Was it a week or more?
I think it was a week.
Okay. And you went back to the gym for the first time?
Oh my god, yeah, I cried. And this was during like when I was really like on weightlifting.
Yeah.
So this was probably 2022, 2023?
Probably 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
2022. Wow, 3 years ago, crazy. But so I was on my shit, and then having a week off, I feel like really done fucked me up.
Yeah.
I was.
But why did you feel like not good about going back? What made you not feel confident about it?
I felt.
I mean, I don't want to answer for you, but I kind of know.
What? Good.
Because you said you couldn't lift the same amount of weight that you were before. You're like, I can't even get these 15s up.
Yeah, I do remember that. And like, I felt when I put on my outfit that I had lost like all my muscle. I looked at myself and I was like, I'm so freaking skinny. Where's my muscle? Where's my leg gains, my booty gains?
Wait, was that when you did the transformation? It was like 1 week later, and
yeah,
yeah, that's crazy. I remember that.
I was eating, and then boom, went back at it. But I feel like everyone could tell that I had a week off. A week off, didn't do anything. But I probably wasn't eating because of my surgery, because it was hard for me to eat.
You probably did lose weight.
So I probably lost, yeah. And it's because it's easy for me to lose weight, like fast.
But it's also a thing where muscle memory is a thing too. And you're able to gain that weight that you once had, the muscle and everything, you can gain it back pretty quickly. So that's why in a week, your transformation was like, whoa, like you were not eating at all, and now you're like, you look like this, you gain all this muscle, but it was actually just muscle memory that you built back up.
What about you?
For me, first time hitting the gym?
First time
hitting the gym, I don't even, this is such a long time ago.
Okay, in the beginning, how did you feel?
I remember we walked into the gym, this was when we were living in San Diego, and I wasn't as confident because we got stopped by one of the sales reps at EOS in San Diego. And that's when I signed up for that
personal training.
The personal training.
I do remember that.
Because I wasn't confident in lifting, and because if I was, I wouldn't have signed up for that, right? But obviously, I was like, I want to see more results. I want to look better. So let me sign up for this thing, and it was really expensive. It was like, I don't even remember. It was really expensive though, and I was stuck. Even though I was like done, I was like, all right, cool. Like I got the training. Can I cancel it? They're like, nah, you're stuck for about 6 months. I was like, dope. Yeah, so anyways, that happened.
I didn't read the contract after I told him to read the contract. But he did.
He did tell us.
I remember.
Word of mouth. He was like, I was like, once I'm done with the training, can I cancel it and not pay anymore? He's like, yeah.
Just call me, and I know a guy who he'll be fine with. You can go ahead and cancel.
Yeah, and then I wasn't able to cancel, and he ended up not working there anymore because he did this to a lot of people. So that guy, we had beef. We got beef. But yeah, so that time I was not confident in working out. But after that, like now, if somebody were to approach me and be like, hey, do you need personal training? I'd be like,
Do I look like it?
No, I wouldn't do that. I would just be confident and be like, no, like I would deny it because I know what I'm doing. I know how my body works, so I'm good. And it would kind of be like an insult. I'd be like, dang, like, so does it look like I don't work out? In a sense. Next one. Let's go. These are the last questions that I have for the podcast, and then we'll end it from there. So we'll go into relationships and intimacy because obviously we're in a relationship and we're intimate. Who should make the first move?
This is just regular questions.
Yeah, this is just like your take on who should make the
Okay.
first move.
It doesn't matter. What?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I don't think it matters, but do I ever make the first move? No.
No, but I'm saying like, who do you think should make the first move?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
No.
You don't think the guy should make the first move?
No, if they're feeling it, whoever's feeling it, do it.
That's okay, but isn't there times where you're like, okay, but this is not about us, right?
Do you want me to say the guy should make the first move?
I'm gonna say that the guy should make the first move. I feel as if you're the man in the relationship, you should be able to make the first move.
I mean, how long are you into the relationship?
I mean, this is anything like maybe like the first kiss.
Because in the beginning, I'd probably say the guy should make the first move. Mm-hmm. Like when it's fresh.
Right.
But once we're a little bit into the relationship,
It's fine.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for sure. This is, but obviously, first move meaning like, okay, this is. I'm thinking like this relationship is fresh and new, so I'm like the guy should definitely make the first move.
Okay, then if it's fresh and new, then the guy.
But like if you've been together for a long time, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that too. Should we pause it right here?
Aww.
His feeties. You ready to see him?
Hi.
Yeah, mama.
Good. Good.
Alrighty, you guys. This has been just us, right? He woke up from his nap, and we have to cut the potty a little bit shorty, but it's okay.
A little bit shorty.
Potty shorty.
I like that.
This is Jackson. He is 4 months, and he's getting so big. If you guys haven't seen him yet, this is how he looks. Oh my goodness, look at him. He loves his mama.
Hi. Hi.
Oh my goodness.
Would you like to say anything about confidence?
He probably has so much confidence right now.
Super confident. Super confident.
Alright, you guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, watching us, or listening. I don't even know how to work Apple Podcasts or anything like that yet, but I will get on that so that way if you guys are driving or something, you guys can just listen to us, to our voices, and on the road, whatever you're doing. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on next week's episode. Episode 2, baby.
This is episode 2.
Episode 2. I'm so excited. I don't know if we're gonna bring any guests on in the future, but I think for right now we'll keep it just us.
What do you mean? We have a guest right here. Your first guest?
First guest appearance. That's gonna be the title of the
Yeah.
thing. First guest is Jackson.
And then blur him out right there.
The guest is sitting in my lap.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Love you guys. Love you guys.
He was like, what?
Close it out.